Another exciting day in Bitcoin world. We are approaching new all-time highs at the time of recording this video, but we still do have some CME gaps down below us. But with all of this bullish news, it is really hard to bet against Bitcoin right now. We do have some potential market signs from the likes of gold, as well as the DXY and the S&P 500, letting us know that we are probably headed towards a pretty serious move here in the very short term. So you guys are going to want to make sure you stick around until the end of the episode so I can share with you my game plan for trading this Ethereum price action. And I do have a very special altcoin setup that I am looking forward to sharing with you guys today. So don't go anywhere.
Self-destruct sequence activated. 3, 2, 1.
Is this your homework, Larry?
Ask him about the car, man.
Is this yours, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry?
Is that your car out front?
Is this your homework, Larry?
We know it's his fucking homework. Where's the fucking money, you little brat?
Alright, welcome back to the channel everybody, Johnny here, and let's get right into today's episode. But if you could please hit that like and subscribe button, you know I definitely appreciate the love, and don't forget to ding that bell to stay up to date on all the latest and the greatest. From us over here at 3 Candle Collective. All right, let's get into this. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. As you can see, we broke this overhead resistance, and Bitcoin looks to be headed towards new all-time highs as we record this video. We cannot forget about these CME gaps that are open down below the price action. We have one at 23,830, 18,470, and then one all the way down at $9,695. Now, do I see the price coming down to fulfill this one all the way down here? Probably not, but you know, it is Bitcoin and it does like to surprise us all the time. So let's go ahead and take a bit of a deeper dive here into this price action. If you remember yesterday's video, we did go over some entry targets. We are still looking for this blow off top, and we are still looking for the price to correct pretty severely. Okay, we did go over these re-entry targets in the last video, and these still are in the same area. We're looking at 20,401, 19,941, and then we could come all the way down to $15,769.91. However, I do not see the price coming down that far, but it is very much a possibility. We are looking at a further continuation to the upside right now in what I believe to be Bitcoin's blow off top. We're looking at it topping out right around 36,506, or you know, it could come all the way up to $45,600. So we'll see just where this run really tops out at, but we are heading closer and closer to a top. If we go ahead and look at the funding rate, this is the daily funding rate. You can see that we are back heavily in the positive, and this typically signifies that Bitcoin is ready to make a corrective move to the downside. If we go ahead and look at the daily chart, we can look at this logarithmic growth chart. So you can see that every time we hit this red log channel in here, you can see that we do get a correction back down to the previous channel, and that's what I'm looking for here. So I am looking for the Bitcoin price to come up. We might break this. If we break this, then we are headed up towards the $45,000 area. But if the price gets rejected right around here, which is just above price action currently, sitting about 35.2, we could see a pretty major move back to the downside, possibly coming all the way back down to this 618 extension at 20,347. So we are set. We are ready to go in the event of a heavy correction coming in the near future. But there is some evidence that could suggest otherwise. So if we take a look at gold, this is the gold daily chart. You can see it did break out of this falling broadening wedge, and it does appear to be heading to the upside. This is a pretty bullish price structure here, almost like an inverse head and shoulders, but it is more of a descending broadening wedge. I'm taking this as at a target 1 at the yearly R1 at 1995, and then going all the way up to 2171. That could be a nice move for gold, but with gold moving to the upside and things like the DXY continuing to move to the downside, we are looking for a push out of the DXY in the very near term because it is coming down to the apex of this falling wedge. Now, this could be setting us up for a major market correction. This is the daily S&P 500 chart, and if we zoom out to the weekly, we can see just how bearish this is. It's been in this rising wedge pattern for quite some time, and as you can see, the Fed has just kept this funded pretty well ever since the crash back in March, and now we are finally starting to see some of this bearish divergence play out. Looking on the daily chart, you can see we came up and tested the top trend line of this rising wedge, and it does appear to be moving to the downside, but we have seen this a few times before, only for price action to quickly recover and continue its ascent to all-time highs. Now, we are looking for a correction here. This should happen, considering, you know, it's been on this epic run ever since March, putting in new all-time highs month after month after month. This bearish divergence needs to play out at some point. At some point, people are going to take profits, and in doing so, I really see it pushing the DXY higher as people, you know, take profits in the dollar, and the dollar gains a little strength. So what this could mean for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has historically been pretty closely correlated to the S&P 500. Correlated, that doesn't mean there's causation there, but we are seeing some sort of relationship between Bitcoin and the S&P 500. Now, we are looking for this move to the upside, at which point we should see a pretty hefty correction, again, down to the $20,000 area, and this would line up very, very well with the with the DXY breaking out of this falling wedge. Now, it's really hard to bet against Bitcoin right now. There is a ton of mega bullish news. Most importantly, banks can now treat public blockchains like Swift and ACH. So soon we will be able to use our Bitcoin and use our Litecoin and our Ethereum to pay bills or to pay, you know, anything that we could previously with a typical bank account. So this is actually really, really exciting. And it honestly may be the most bullish news that we've gotten in a long time for Bitcoin. You've got BitGo. They're launching their wrapped Bitcoin and Ethereum on the Tron blockchain. I have a feeling that this will tie in very, very well with the new regulation coming down, allowing banks to use public blockchains. So Ethereum, if you've been paying attention, Ethereum has just been kicking ass in 2021. After this strong breakout on the first, or actually on the second, Ethereum is up over 60% for 2021, which is absolutely incredible. And it looks like it's now flagging in this little structure here. And we are looking for another push to the upside all the way up here to $1,458, effectively giving Ethereum a brand new all-time high. Now, I see Ethereum having one epic January this year. In fact, I see it having just a completely epic year all around. So Ethereum has been pushing to the upside and is just continuing this push. You know, we could see a $3,000 Ethereum in the month of January, possibly pushing further. So we've been seeing just this incredible growth. But one of the things that is responsible for this incredible growth is Grayscale. So Grayscale, of course, you know, they are some big major players in the game. They do now have an Ethereum trust, and shares of their trust are dropping in price as institutional investors exit the mandatory lockup period. So how they run their trust is you buy in and you cannot withdraw your interest in the Ethereum trust from Grayscale until after your lockup period is completed. So typically, you know, if the prices are falling while these investors are in their lockup period, they're going to want to get out when the period's over. So we are seeing the Ethereum price rise pretty significantly to prevent these investors from withdrawing their interest in the Grayscale trust. So I could see this pushing much further in the very near term. We are looking at a brand new all-time high out of Ethereum, at which point we may get a correction back down here to the 618 at $820, which would be an excellent re-entry opportunity. But if we do break this overhead resistance at 1456. We could expect the Ethereum price to come all the way up to $2,000, $3,000 before the end of January. So if you're looking to trade this price action, one thing you could do is trade the breakout of this overhead resistance and then just play that to the upside, or you can trade the breakout to the downside, which is always a possibility. And what I would do there, I would just have my buy orders sitting there ready to get filled, which is how I trade typically. So this could be a very profitable trade setup. I caution against playing the breakout to the upside. I would really recommend, even though it's not financial advice, waiting for a retracement and a pullback to buy in to some Ethereum. All right, guys, I did promise you one special altcoin setup. We've been hearing some news about Aave, and then we can't forget about its twin brother or sister, Comp. So Comp is a fairly well-known cryptocurrency. They also do the same things that Aave does, just a little bit differently. And this chart looks insanely bullish. This is the 4-hour chart, and just some short-term targets here. We are looking for the bounce and move to the upside. So if you're looking to enter into this here, again, this is charted against Bitcoin. You're going to want to enter right around 4,525 Satoshis, right around there. Or if you're playing the breakout, you're going to be looking for a breakout above the 5,717 Satoshi area, at which point we may see a 257% move to the upside against Bitcoin. That is a pretty insane move. So Comp is definitely one on my radar. If you're looking for an altcoin to get into as we head into the better part of January, Comp would be one of those altcoins. All right, guys, thank you so much for dropping in. If you haven't visited our website yet, please go check it out. It's www.3candlecollective.com. We have a ton of stuff going on here. We've got technical analysis. We've definitely got some community videos and some crypto news. But most importantly, if you are looking to join us either as a contributor or if you want to learn how to trade, go ahead and send us your information here and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks again so much for dropping in, and I'll see you all tomorrow.